Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2015 Belmont Stakes preview. I'm here with Brian,
Hi, what's up?
and we're going to talk about the Belmont Stakes, and hopefully we'll keep this a lot shorter than our Kentucky Derby preview.
Yeah.
So, Brian, what's your thoughts on the Belmont?
All right. Well, Belmont is a race where you like to be closer to the lead rather than way off of it,
Why?
because it's a mile and a half, and you really can't close at a mile and a half because all these horses are tired at the end. So you need a horse who is more of a grinder and a stayer, and in order to be effective like that, you have to be closer to the pace,
Okay.
rather than the Derby where you can be cooked on the front end. Except this year's Derby was an anomaly, but that's an afterthought.
Okay, so who's going to be close to the front?
American Pharoah is going to be on the lead, and you can guarantee that. Now, the thing is, there is not a whole lot of other speed in the race outside of Pharoah. Materiality is probably the only horse that's going to be able to press him, and there are multiple scenarios that can happen in this race. Number one, American Pharoah gets to the lead, gets an easy half mile in 47, and he's gone home a Triple Crown winner. He's the best horse in the field, and the pace really does set up in his favor. Scenario two, American Pharoah is actually the worst bred horse in the race for the distance. You have Materiality, who is out of a Belmont Stakes winner in a Fleet Alex that could also be up close to the lead. And I've been on Materiality for the Belmont Stakes even before the Kentucky Derby. And if he had shown a higher energy level leading this race, I'd be all in on him. But since he's showing just kind of as good as the other top contenders coming in here, I'm just going to kind of leave him as he's a win contender, but I'm not going to go all in on him. Third one is Frosted, which Rosario is going to be put also closer to the pace than he was in the Derby. And he is training absolutely lights out for this race. So he has a legitimate shot to win. And the only other horse I could see winning is Mubtahij, only because he is the best bred horse in this race, and he's got Irad Ortiz, who knows Belmont Park better than anybody, the racetrack configuration. But even Mike DeCock, while he's a brilliant trainer, he even said, if American Pharoah brings his A game, we're all probably running for second. But Triple Crown history shows that in the last, 35 years or so, all these horses that have tried have not brought their A game because you have fresh horses like Materiality, Frosted, and Mubtahij coming in to upset him. So therefore, I think Mubtahij could win just on that factor, but reality is he's not as fast as American Pharoah, Frosted, or Materiality. And also the other horses, maybe Made from Lucky, we'll see, but none of them are even going to get second because they're all dead closers. So,
Is there anybody else that's out of a Belmont Stakes winner? I don't know. I'm asking.
Off the top of my head, I don't believe
I
so.
really like that angle with Palace Malice a couple years ago.
And I actually picked Palace Malice just based on the fact that Curlin was a sire.
Yeah.
Another reason I'm picking Materiality, except Materiality is actually a really good horse too.
I don't have anything else to add. I mean, American Pharoah is the best horse and is going to win. But in terms of if the best horse wins, then he's going to win. But in terms of like a betting value, you're not really going to get any value of the guy.
Not at all.
Let's just go right to the picks, and then I'll go first.
Okay.
Just because mine's simple.
Fair enough.
Right? Pharoah is either going to win or he's not going to win. I think it's a great sporting event to watch. Right? In terms of making money, I think you need to throw in some crazy tickets in for Mento at 30-1.
I think he can get third. I think he can get third.
I think he could win. Crazy things happen.
And
in the
Nick
Belmont.
Zito also upset Smarty Jones in the Belmont in 2004 with a 30-1 shot named Birdstone.
Right.
Now this horse isn't as good as Birdstone. He can't win this race, but he can upset for the trifecta.
Well, but I mean, so if you want to make a fortune, those are the crazy combos that you can do. So
right.
If you want to make some money, I was on Tonuous last year. I got him at 8-1.
Smart. I didn't have him. I had Commissioner at second at 30-1.
I had 25 to win on him. That was a nice payday.
Props.
So if you're gonna make money, you don't have to bet a 30-1 shot, but you can't make money betting American Pharoah. But if you want to watch American Pharoah win because it's history and it's gonna be a really great sporting event, then go right ahead. Or even if you're at the track, then you bet a $2 win ticket on American Pharoah just so you have that little
Oh, you absolutely
ticket.
have to do that anytime this
So
scenario happens.
so I'm picking
And I'll be
Frost.
at Belmont Park, and I'll be printing out a bunch of those.
I'm picking Frosted. I heard a interview with his trainer just yesterday. I was sold. It's kind of their job to do a sell job to the media, but he sold me. I think
I wish
Frosted.
I'd seen this interview.
I think I heard it. It's on the radio.
Mm.
I think Frosted is coming in fresh and coming in ready, and he had a bad trip in the Derby. He was the only horse in the field closing after a bad trip, and he's not a closer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to be a little closer to the front, and he's fresher, and he will pull ahead in the final eighth, and you'll get your 6-1, and you'll go home richer than when you.
And also,
came in.
Frosted's sire is Tappet, who is also the sire of last year's winner, Tonalist.
Okay, well there you go. Okay, I didn't
He's
know
got that going for him.
Okay, so what's your selections?
All right, well, I see you're going on Frosted, and I like that, but I can't pick Frosted without also picking Materiality on top, because I see those two as basically eye to eye. So therefore, I'm doing a 50-cent trifecta with those two on top, also putting in Mubtahij underneath for the reasons I explained with the stamina and being well-bred, and American Pharoah just in case he runs second. So I got, those are basically my 4 key horses in this race. And then for third, I'm throwing in a few others in there, like Made from Lucky, since Todd Pletcher basically, kind of owns this race now. He's figured it out. And also Fermento with Nick Zito and that Belmont factor. I'm going against Taylor Verve. I know he ran second in the Preakness, but Dallas Stewart in both the Derby and Preakness, when he has second place horses and brings them to Belmont, like Golden Soul and Commanding Curve, they really don't do much at all. So I'm going to continue going on that angle. And I'm also placing a saver bet. Now, of course, you're never going to make money betting American Pharoah to win. The only way you're going to make some semblance of money if he wins is if you bet him in a big trifecta or superfecta. I'm already using the trifecta to try and make money on this race, and I'm very confident I could do that with this particular wager. But my superfecta will be my saver bet in case he wins, going with my other 3 key horses, Mubtahij, Materiality, and Frosted in second, with a few more for third, and then always hit the all button because crazy stuff happens in that 4th slot, and you could get a bomber in there.
Okay, so
and also a saver bet on Mubtahij, 5 to win, just in case something happens. Just so, yeah.
So a $29 ticket from Brian and the straight 20 to win on number 6 for me, and we will both throw $2 to win on American Pharoah just so we said we had it.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for
Sell
watching.
on eBay.
That's the end of our show. Donk.